Hi guys, today you will be able to stop crying. Just stop crying. Because you know why? Because we're going to finish this article about ПЛАКАЛЬЩИЦы, about the professional crying women. We're going to finish it today and you did it. I want to applaud you. So please open your printed version. If you do not have it printed, please open the link below this video and you will have this article. Почему на Руси так ценили плакальщиц? So why in Russia they valued so much the mourning women, the professional mourners, the professional wailing women. And last time, so that's super interesting article. And right now you need to find this part, the last part actually, that is called headliner, like headliners, meaning prominent people who actually dealt with this trade, with this skill, profession. So, and then we learned, you remember the last time, одна из самых прославленных русских плакальщиц, Ирина Андреевна Федосова. Yeah? So we have time today because we don't have much left. Let's go very, very fast over what we have learned the last time. So one of the most famous Russian wailers was named Irina Andreeva Fedosova. If you want detailed analysis, like we always do, please go to the previous video. Она была родом из онежских государственных крестьян, не знавших крепостного права. So we explained that. You remember? Она была родом, it means she descended from. She descended from. So she descended from the state peasants, Zaonezhskих. And we said that Zaonezhske, it refers just to an area in Russia, from this particular area. Не знавших крепостного права. And we said that крепостное право was serfdom. So she descended from peasants, from state peasants, from particular area, who didn't know крепостного права, who didn't know serfdom. You know, serfdom is when peasants belong to a particular landlord. С детства впитала древние обрядовые традиции, а к зрелому возрасту превратилась в настоящую хранительницу фольклора. So from her childhood, do you remember from the previous lesson what was vpitala? Vpitala means absorbed. So from childhood she absorbed ancient ritualistic tradition. You remember we talked about that. Обряд, обрядовые. Обряд means ritual. Обрядовые means ritualistic. А к зрелому возрасту превратилась в настоящую хранительницу фольклора. And towards the mature age, you remember зрелый возраст, yeah? Зрелый means ripe, when you talk about fruit, for example, or mature. And towards the mature age, became a real keeper, хранительницу, a real keeper of folklore. Современники поражались ее феноменальной памяти. Она знала наизусть десятки тысяч стихов, былин и плачей. При этом каждый раз импровизировала, создавая уникальные тексты под конкретную судьбу. So we said современники means people who lived at the same time. So people who lived at the same time were stunned. Remember, поражались, were stunned by her phenomenal memory. Она знала наизусть, you remember, try to remember, наизусть means by heart. So she knew by heart tens of thousands стихов, poems, былин, epic poems, и плачей, and wails. И при этом каждый раз импровизировала. При этом, along with that, that's при этом. Along with that, every time improvised, создавая уникальные тексты, creating unique texts, под конкретную судьбу, according to a concrete fate. Yeah, if you want more detailed analysis, please go to the previous lesson, but I recommend that you stay here now and just do the whole series from the beginning. Later on, you will learn a lot from the cultural viewpoint, but also, of course, our main goal is to make you proficient in Russian. And we continue. Мировую известность Федосовой принесло сотрудничество с собирателем фольклора Барсовым, автором трехтомника «Причитания Северного края». So, мировую известность Федосовой принесло. First of all, the structure of the sentence is completely different from how you would build it in English. Because the subject here is сотрудничество, meaning cooperation. So, exactly for that, you need to have it printed, all our learning materials, because oftentimes it's complete mess in terms of English. So, сотрудничество means cooperation. Принесло means brought. So, the structure is the cooperation with this guy brought to Fedosova, to this lady, мировую известность. Известность means fame. Мировую, worldwide. So известность, fame. Мировую means worldwide. So the beginning of this sentence goes as follows. Мировую известность Федосовой принесло сотрудничество с собирателем фольклора Е. Барсовым. So, worldwide fame to Fedosova brought cooperation with the gatherer, собиратель, gatherer of folklore named Е. Барсов. Yeah? So again, мировую известность Федосовой принесло сотрудничество с собирателем фольклора Е. Барсовым. Now, I'll try to translate that into a proper English. So, the cooperation with the gatherer of folklore, Ye Barsov, brought to Fedosova the worldwide fame. And then they're talking about Barsov, автором трехтомника «Причитания Северного края». So Barsov was the author of трехтомника, that's 3-volume book. 3-volume book, yeah? Because tom means volume. Трех comes from 3, that is 3, yeah, right? So трехтомник means a particular creation of literature, piece of literature in 3 volumes. So автором трехтомника, so the author of 3-volume piece of literature, «Причитания Северного края». Причитания means wailings, like wailing, like cryings. Because you remember we said that women were crying, but at the same time they were speaking. Yeah, we learned about that. So, «Причитания Северного края», the wailings of the northern. Край means like area or region. So, край. Края means region, you might write. So, the wailing of the northern region. Now, please see how it all works together. Мировую известность Федосовой принесло сотрудничество с собирателем фольклора Барсовым, автором трехтомника «Причитания Северного края». I'm going to translate that into improper English so that you get the structure. The world fame to Fedosova brought cooperation with the gatherer of folklore Ye Barsov, the author of 3-volume piece of literature named The Wailings of the Northern Region. Ее искусство высоко ценили композиторы Балакирев и Римский-Корсаков, певец Федор Шаляпин и писатель Максим Горький. So, искусство means art. So, ее искусство, if you have it printed, you need to put 2 dots above «е», because that should be ее. Ее искусство высоко ценили, is valued highly. Remember, I explained that in Russian, when you have «о» at the end, in most cases, or at least in many cases, that's going to be an adverb. So, how? In what way? So, ее искусство высоко ценили would be her art valued highly, but no, please note, it's not passive. It's not her art was valued. It's valued highly, and then who valued it. In English, we wouldn't say it like that. Her art valued highly the composer Balakirev and Rimsky-Korsakov, певец, the singer Федор Шаляпин, и писатель and the writer Maxim Gorky. Yeah, in English we would say composers Balakirev and Rimsky-Korsakov, the singer Федор Шаляпин, and the writer Maxim Gorky valued her art highly, or highly valued her art. В Петрозаводске ей даже поставлен памятник. So in Petrozavodsk, so поставлен памятник. So поставлен, that's passive. Because поставлен means is established. Yeah? Because поставить, it might mean to bring into a standing position. But in this case, it's just to build. So, and памятник means a memorial. So, в Петрозаводске ей даже поставлен памятник. That would be literally, in Petrozavodsk, to her, even, was established, was built, a memorial. You understand? It's not in English, but you get it, right? Now, please listen to this whole paragraph. You will see that now you get it. Мировую известность Федосовой принесло сотрудничество с собирателем фольклора Е. Барсовым, автором трехтомника «Причитания Северного края». Ее искусство высоко ценили композиторы Балакирев и Римский-Корсаков, певец Федор Шаляпин и писатель Максим Горький. В Петрозаводске ей даже поставлен памятник. Actually, you know, so first of all, that's it. That's it for this article. So I'm going to applaud you. Well done. Really, really proud of you. And you know, that's actually this site is really cool. I really like it. It has an interesting article by with interesting subjects. For example, что происходило в России в эпоху кардинала Ришелье? So what happened in Russia during the era, эпоха, like epoch, era, of Cardinal Richelieu, like the French one. Or История России 20 века в картинах художников. The history of Russia in 20th century in the pictures of painters. So maybe we'll take this one. I'm not sure. I will see. Or как в 1960-х в СССР создавали свой интернет. How in 1960s in Soviet Union they built their own internet. Or, что общего у гимнов России и Великобритании? What's common with the hymns of, actually anthem. Gimn means like national anthem. So what is common with national anthems of Russia and Great Britain? So you see, that's pretty interesting, right? Maybe for our next course or series of lessons, we'll take something from here. We'll see. But meanwhile, I just want to remind you that life is beautiful. Just keep smiling, and we will see each other at the next lesson. And if you need my help with your Russian, just contact me through the email below this video. Ciao, ciao.